Won the ball downfield. Defense has got to be aware. Keep those safeties back. Keep your eyes up. Try to keep a lid on this offense and look for some turnover opportunities.
The coverage team able to bring the returner to the ground. It's early, but this crowd is fired up. Listen to this noise here. This is going to be tough for the visitors today. First play of the drive, they look to the right. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Boy, another great throw and catch here by the Buckeyes, and it just makes you think back how far this offense has come from the days of being known of 3 yards in a cloud of dust to now being one of the more efficient passing offenses in the country. Year after year, you go back to Cardell Jones and J.T. Barrett, all the way back to Troy Smith, and most recently with C.J. Stroud and Justin Field.
He's going for a big play downfield. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain. Touchdown, Ohio State. Strong game by this quarterback.
What a well-designed play here by this offense to get the ball to the gifted tight end. Of course, he's got the size, but here he shows you the speed that he has in outrunning the secondary into the end zone for a big touchdown.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. Getting set to kick the ball off now. And here's the fair catch by the return man. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. The last drive stalled. They were forced to punt it away. Let's see what they can come up with this time. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. Ball handed off. Stopped after a small gain. Now looking at 2nd and 9.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but what I've been always impressed with defenses that really build their defense to play in space still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we...
Breaks clear over the right side. Can they chase him down? Crosses the 10. Touchdown, Florida State. Made the defense look slow that time.
Chris, how dangerous is this offense? You know, of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You give the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
Now they line up to kick the extra point. And he knocks it right through. Kickoff team is on the field. Let's see if they give the returner a chance to bring this one back. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be brought down. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. They scored a touchdown in their last possession. Let's see if this defense can make adjustments and prevent that this time. Powerful running here. They stop him at the 22, but that's important breathing room on this drive.
You know, Chris, what a great run here. And you think about Ohio State, you think lately about those NFL-ready wide receivers. But we all know it starts with their running games, all those great backs they've had over the years.
Here comes a first down pass attempt. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. And he's got some open field ahead. Going to take it all the way in. Pick 6. Touchdown, Seminoles. And a pick 6. A monster play by this defense here, Kirk.
That defender showed a lot of athletic ability there with the ball in his hands. I wouldn't be surprised if the head coach watching that thought about maybe giving him some reps as a returner after that touchdown.
No problem with PAT right now. Now they get set to kick it away. And it's fielded. Returner trying to create a big play here. And he's tackled at the 21. That's where the drive will start. Here comes the powerful Buckeye offense back onto the field. It'll be interesting to see if this quarterback can bounce back. He threw a pick-6 in the last possession. Looking to throw it on first down. They pressure him and sack him. He'll be tackled inside the 10.
Good pressure here by this defense, but it felt like the quarterback held on to the ball a little bit too long to come up with that sack for the D.
And wow, listen to this crowd noise. This stadium is vibrating. That's why this is such a tough place for visitors to play. Going for a big play downfield. The catch is made for a huge pickup. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
Boy, we see more and more of this in college football. You get the right guy in that slot that can win the one-on-one matchups. You take some chances. Here they got the matchup that they wanted and hit it for the touchdown.
And they get set now to try the PAT. And it's up and good. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. Number 17, set to kick this one away. And the return man decides to signal fair catch. And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. A little bit of my turn, your turn so far in the early going. Both offenses scoring touchdowns in their last possessions. Trying to find room. It's Brown. Just a small gain. Looking at 2nd and 9. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Looking to pass. It's Glenn. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. And a big gain before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Good job with the offensive line giving his quarterback time to throw. And you can see the damage he can do to you when he does have time. A great throw and something you just kind of expect in Tallahassee. A quarterback that can make throws like this.
We'll hand it off. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Chris, textbook job by the defense surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Second down play coming up. Here's the snap. Quarterback drops back. Receiver makes the catch, and the defense brings him down.
Well, the quarterback has just too much time against this zone. There's not enough pressure allowing him to sit back and pick apart this zone defense.
Important third down play coming up. Quick throw, that's an RPO caught on the left side. To get him at the 42, good enough for a first down.
And you just continue to see the chemistry between these two. And they told us yesterday in our production meeting, they spent hours and hours of working and developing that chemistry and that rhythm by throwing together throughout those summer months. And, man, it's starting to really pay off. He's become his security blanket for the quarterback, and especially on third down, get him the ball.
From the shotgun, it's a handoff. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
What makes a really good counterplay is selling it to the defense. So you're going to go one way and then handing it off in the opposite direction. But if you don't sell it, you're just giving the defense more time to see what's going on. They can come up and make the tackle.
And a senior making a disruptive impact play.
What a play here by this defensive line. You can get so caught up in the flashy offense of Ohio State in recent years. But let's not forget, they still play defense in the shoe and have such great history and tradition with that defensive line play.
Now in third and very long, looking to throw. It's a quick grab. Defense wraps him up after the catch, but he's just short of a first down.
That's the end of the first quarter with the
And the Seminoles will come to the line on 4th down, looking to convert. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the catch, and the offense will keep this drive going. Moves the football to the 30. Good enough for a first down.
Well, Chris, here's an example of what we always talk about. On 4th down, the receiver's got to run a route beyond the sticks. Great awareness to know exactly where he is. Quarterback makes the throw. Receiver gets hit, but he's beyond the sticks for the first down.
On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Makes the catch. And look at the speed there. They finally bring it down, but it's a nice gain.
You know, each receiver brings something a little bit different to the table, Chris. To me, the outside receivers usually are a little bit longer, taller guys. You get those slot receivers in the inside, not only can they make the catch, but they have quickness to make plays after the catch. Great example of that right here.
So here comes 2nd down now. Every play important down here in the red zone. He's going to hand this off. Picks up a gain here. They'll stop him just a few inches short of the first down marker.
Well, they didn't bust that for a big play, but it makes this 3rd down coming up a little bit more manageable, and that certainly has a lot of value.
Crucial 3rd down coming up in the red zone. Can they keep the drive going, or will they have to settle for 3? He powers into the end zone. Touchdown, Knowles.
Chris, we get so caught up in this era of the spread, of throwing the football, and the quarterback and the receivers. This is a great example of the value of having a running back that has a nose for the end zone and can take it in for a touchdown.
PAT puts him in front by 7. The kickoff team now set to boot this one away. Returner looking to create better field position. He'll be tackled at the 18. That's good coverage there. Here comes the powerful Ohio State offense onto the field. We have a shootout developing here. Each offense scoring touchdown in their last possession. Looking to scramble now. Get some space around the 30. That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks. More than enough for a first down.
Boy, this guy can do it all. We know what he can do with his arm, but when things aren't there, does a good job of pulling it down, knowing where the first down marker is, picking up the first down.
They tackle him. Looks like it's going to be just short of the marker, inches away.
Boy, positive yards there on 1st and 10. Good job up front by that offensive line. Good hard running by this running back. And now you got a lot of options. That playbook can really open up on 2nd and inches.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. Taken down, but not before he makes the first down.
Well, it's a beautiful run here for the first down, really living up to that reputation of the great backs that they've had over the years. Think about Archie Griffin and Eddie George, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins, just so many great backs, and we're seeing another one right here.
They'll switch it up, looking to throw, but they don't make the connection. That one is incomplete. Getting set. Here's 2nd down. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. And throwing again on 2nd and 10. Finds a man open on the right side downfield. The tackle is made, but the offense is now set up with a 1st and goal from the 8.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big game.
So that huge gain quickly sets up a 1st and goal just inside the 10. Secondary up now, trying to jam these receivers. From the shotgun, he's probing the secondary. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
Boy, Chris, I thought when he took off on his scramble, I thought he had a chance to maybe get it to the end zone. But the defense does a nice job. Yeah, they gave up a couple yards, but they kept him out of the end zone.
Second down and goal. Trying for the touchdown on the right side. That's a nice wrap up there by the junior.
Boy, Chris, the way this quarterback's been playing, I'm surprised they didn't throw the football here. I wouldn't be surprised now that they're facing third down and goal. Put it in his hands and let him work his magic.
And the crowd really making some noise now, trying to help out this defense to get this stop near the goal line. Takes the snap and takes off on the run. And we're able to get him down.
Well, great stop here by this defense to bring us to fourth down and decision time for the head coach. We go the easy route with a field goal, or this close to the goal line, take a chance, try to get that touchdown.
Big play for both teams. Can the offense punch it in? Fourth and goal from the 2. And it looks like the quarterback's going to run it. Touchdown, Ohio State. This offense really clicking.
Boy, do I love watching this guy play the game. You know, you get caught up in his ability to throw the football, but you get into a situation where it's fourth down and goal. I love that his legs are a threat. This time he finds his way into the end zone for 6 points.
Point after, knocked right through. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the second quarter. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. And the returner decides to signal fair catch. And the Florida State offense heads back onto the field. The passing game was so effective in the last possession. Right down for a touchdown. We'll see if the defense can make adjustments. On the run, it's Brown. They continue to feed the running back, but he has had nowhere to go today. They've been getting owned at the line of scrimmage.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
Okay, ready?
Offense getting set. It's second down. Dropping back, it's Glenn. It's an out route, the catch made. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
It's a 1-yard gain, 2nd and 9 coming up. There's the snap. Looking to throw the ball. Catch made on the out route. And he's out of bounds after gaining decent yardage. The Seminoles come up to the line to crank the tempo up here. Movement at the second level of the defense now. They'll try to move the chains here on the ground. Brought down to the 47, and that will move the sticks.
Here's a great example of a back knowing where he needed to go on this play, and he didn't mess around. He got between the tackles and earned every single yard.
On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. They tackle him, but the gain moves the ball to the 36.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
And the Noles will line up on 1st and 10. And now the handoff. Defense stops him, but that's a solid gain.
I'll take that every single time. Offensive line does a nice job up front. This back's vision and ability to get positive yards by lowering his pads on full display right there.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Here comes a handoff. That's a big hit at the end, but they need a fresh set of downs.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
This line getting set up. It's a first down play. From the shotgun now, here's a handoff inside. And he's stopped after gaining 4 yards, so 2nd and 6. And the defense will spend their second timeout here to make some adjustments. The Noles are in the red zone now. Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. And that run produces a decent gain.
Well, I feel like they called that knowing chances are they're not going to hit a home run. But look at this. Put themselves in a perfect third down situation. It's much more manageable. Now we'll see if they can convert.
And the offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play. So the offense takes the field in the final seconds of the half. Chance for just a couple more plays. On 3rd and short, they try to pick it up on the ground. Brought down, but it's past the line to gain. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. And the Seminoles will line up here on 1st down and goal. They'll try to run it in on 1st and goal. The gain good for just a few yards. The defense swarming to the football. The offense calls a timeout here. That's their 3rd and final in the half. So with only a few seconds left in the half, the field goal unit comes out of the field. Now the timeout is called by the defense. They've got some things to work out here. So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. Long enough and good. And that field goal, the final play of this opening half. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it down to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Seminoles will kick it off to begin the second half. And it's field of returner trying to create good field position here. Solid job by the coverage team. They bring him down at the 16. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. First play of the 3rd quarter is a handoff. Oh, and he fumbles. Guy who coughs it up, recovers it, and prevents the turnover. And the replay booth has signaled they want to stop and have another look at this one. So after taking a closer look, the officials will overturn that previous ruling. Second down play coming up for this offense. Linebacker shifting around now. They look to throw it here on 2nd down. Snags the quick throw. And the gain just good enough for a first down.
You call a quick out on 3rd down, I think that tells you the confidence you have in a quarterback to be able to make that throw. And on top of that, a little surprised the defense would give that kind of cushion to be able to give him room to pick up that first down.
1st and 10 play coming up. Quarterback drops back, probing the secondary. Trying to create outside the pocket now. And the junior able to get home with the sack.
That is outstanding defense to be able to leverage this quarterback. That is a tough thing to do. This guy's as fleet-footed as any quarterback in the country, and to be able to bring him down for a loss like that is a major accomplishment.
After the first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 17. From the shotgun, drops back looking for an open man. Here's a wide-open receiver, complete. He's swarmed by the defense.
Boy, a great slant by the receiver. What I love is the quarterback found the window that he wanted to make the accurate throw.
Critical 3rd down play for this offense right here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Quick throw over the middle. He makes the grab. They bring him down, but that is a huge play for this passing game. Big gain.
A lot of times college quarterbacks, they're more comfortable working to the outside. Here's an example of a quarterback with a full field read, and he hits a big play in the middle.
One down after a 7-yard gain, so it's 2nd and 3.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave them a chance at a really nice gain.
Off the play fake, looking to throw the football. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. And here comes the noise. This crowd is trying to inspire this defense to make a big red zone stop. Looking to pick up the first down through the air. Quarterback escapes the pocket. Oh, and he dropped it. The would-be touchdown could not come up with the football. Now it's 4th down.
Hey, the good news is here, Chris, they're still in field goal range, and they didn't cost themselves any points. But they could have more. Got to be thinking about going for this on 4th and short.
They've already converted once on 4th down this game. Let's see if they can make it 2 for 2. And the quarterback tucks it and takes off as a design run. And he'll get the first down yards before they finally bring him down.
I can't believe the call here by this offense. A lot of teams, they're not going to keep it on the ground in this situation. 4th and 1, 4th and inches is one thing. But they needed more than that here. And they line up and hit this defense right in the mouth and pick up a first down. Give a lot of credit to the big boys up front for making that happen. You talk about a confidence booster going forward.
Couldn't find anybody open and just has to throw it away. Coming to the line on 2nd down. This is important. They want to avoid a 3rd and long. The pre-snap motion from the offense. Grab down the middle. It's Adams. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And they will claim the 2nd half lead. That's another passing strike from this quarterback. He is having himself a tremendous ballgame.
Boy, this guy just can't miss. Every single time he throws, it seems like he's coming up with another touchdown. The receivers are running good routes. He has enough time to throw. And, man, this poor defense, they might want to think about changing up coverage because right now it is not working.
Extra point up and good, so it's 28-24.
That makes the score. Ohio State 28, Florida State 24.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. He'll call for the fair catch here. And the Seminoles offense comes back on the field. They moved it last time, but settled for a chip shot, looking to find the end zone this time. A pop pass on the jet sweep. It's a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And that jet sweep action puts so much pressure on a defense. You get so locked in on the ball attacking you downhill. But when offenses sprinkle this kind of offense in, it stretches this defense out wide and can create some vertical seams for big plays.
Receivers now getting some new assignments before the snap. Back to pass. It's Glenn. And that pass is hauled in over the middle. They get him down quickly, not much of a gain on that completion.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
So it's 3rd and long from the 29. Defense figures to bring pressure here. Dropping back, they're going to throw for the first down. But it's incomplete, and that will now bring up 4th down. And the Noles will hustle to the line to run the hurry-up offense. 4th down, he's throwing for it. Fires it to the wideout. Finds his man, has the first down. They make the tackle, but he easily gets first down yardage, and the drive keeps going.
Well, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
They'll hand it off. He picks up 9, so just short of the first down, 2nd and 1.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
And they tackle him, but not before he picks up the first.
Coaches told us in the pregame production meetings they love this back's mixture of speed and power. We know about the speed, but he also showed the ability to break tackles on that run.
Handoff heading left. Running with purpose. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Looking to pass. It's Glenn. But a huge collision. Blow delivered there by the linebacker.
Boy, that's pretty good coverage here by this defense. Not much of a window to throw this ball into, but the quarterback's accuracy and the size of the tight end picks up a nice gain.
Important 3rd down play coming up after that completion. He'll hand it off. Fighting for yardage, but the defense stops him just short of that first down marker.
Now, a 4th down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, Ohio State 28, Florida State 24.
Down 1 possession in the 4th quarter, and the offense is going to try to convert here on 4th down. Quick throw, the catch is made. He's got some room. Can he get there? Touchdown, Florida State. And they'll claim the 4th quarter lead.
Well, this is why they love this guy so much, is when it's crunch time, he makes plays like this. And what I love is the quarterback knows all I got to do is get the ball in his hands, and he can do the rest of the work and get it all the way to the end zone. Great play.
BHC is good. They take a 3-point lead here in the final quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Well, they thought about coming out, but instead takes a knee and to bring the football to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Buckeye offense onto the field. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. Off target with the throw, incomplete.
I'm not sure the quarterback makes the right decision on this one. I think if he'd do it over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision. That one's incomplete.
So second down after the incompletion. They snap it. Quarterback looking to throw the ball. He'll take a deep shot here. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Forced out of bounds after a big gain. This offense set up with a first down.
Boy, it's got to be so rewarding for an offensive coordinator when your play call perfectly counters the defense's call. That's exactly what we saw right here. That play targeted the coverage's biggest weak spot, and it led to a wide-open wide receiver.
They bring him down quickly, a short pitch and catch, and get a little bit closer to the marker. Second down after that completion. Shotgun formation. Here's an inside handoff. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about. That one hurts. Backs him up 10 yards. What's the play call here on second down for this offense? From the shotgun, here's an inside give. And he picks up the first down before they get him to the ground.
You know, offensive linemen are just a certain breed. They're always going to do their job, no matter who's back there carrying the ball. I'll tell you what, they have a little bit more confidence when the person that's carrying the ball can break off some big-time runs. That makes them block just a little bit harder, knowing what he's potentially capable of doing.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. Oh, the ball is not free. Who's got it? Defense jumps on the ball. It's a turnover.
Well, you're trailing in a game like this in the second half, an opportunity in the red zone at the very least to get a field goal, hopefully a touchdown. The most important aspect is ball security. You got to take care of the football, and instead, they cost themselves a possession.
And here comes the Florida State offense on the field. They were clicking last time. Great protection. The pitch and catch was solid. Right down for a touchdown. He picks up the first down, but gets drilled on the tackle.
Man, just complimentary football, really, in a nutshell. They get this football back thanks to their own defense, creating that turnover, working with the lead like this. Really, it's all but over. Now the offense is just thinking about running the football and working that clock.
Running game is working. They'll stick with it on first down. Breaking free at the 35. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
And that's going to be a first down. And really, Chris, kind of surprised here in the fourth quarter not to see this defense dial up some pressure. They're just sitting back in the base, making it relatively easy for the offense to pick up a first down on the ground.
And that run is good for first down yardage. A new set of downs for this offense. And they'll work the clock here by keeping it on the ground.
Yeah, I like the run play here. And offensively, at this point in the game, you want to remain in that attack mode first, while also staying in bounds and working that clock.
Backs lined up on either side of the quarterback. Motion by the back. Defense better adjust. It's a shotgun run call. Nice run. He's brought down to the 44.
Positive yards are always important for an offense, but at this stage of the game, late in the ball game, playing with the lead, you're thinking about working that clock and continuing to keep the ball in bounds.
Offense looking to keep the drive going here. 3rd and short now from the 44. Back to throw. It's Glenn. Defense is coming after him. Got him. He's sacked.
You know, a lot of times we get caught up, Chris, in the one-on-one battles with the receivers and the DBs. Here's a great example of up front, the offensive line and the defensive line. Who wins that battle? This time the defense wins it, and they get the sack.
Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense back on the field. They moved it well last time, got across the 50, but then fumbled the football away. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. He'll take a deep shot here. Touchdown, Ohio State. They jump in front here in the fourth.
Oh, man, I think the defense was so caught up with their eyes on the quarterback, they completely lose the running back out of the backfield. Nice job by the play caller here of getting the ball out to the running back instead of the receiver for the touchdown.
And now they'll set up for the point after. PAT up and good. The lead is 4 here in the final quarter.
That makes the score Ohio State 35.
Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. And the fair catch signaled for and taken. Florida State offense heads back onto the field. The last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Offense will keep it on the ground here. Breaking free at the 35. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
Fresh set of downs for the offense. First down. Dropping back, it's Glenn. Nowhere to go. The ball knocked loose. The offense gets the football back. Very lucky. Still have a chance now.
Well, the offense catches a break here. Lucky to jump on the ball after coughing it up. He's lucky that his other teammates had some good awareness.
First down sack, pushes the ball back. Second down coming up. Oh, he tosses it back. Final minutes here. They'll throw it deep downfield. And he is wide open for a huge gain. Touchdown, Seminoles. And they take the lead in the fourth quarter. As the flea flicker executed perfectly, we're seeing more and more of this in college football, Kurt.
Yeah, and it's just one of those gadget plays you like to have in your arsenal. The defense, in this case, they were sucked up and completely out of position after that initial handoff and allowed the receiver to get behind the coverage and make it for an easy touchdown pass.
And the point after is right down the middle. Kickoff team has come on the field now to send this one away. He's going to bring it out of the end zone from a couple yards deep. He's tackled at the 17, so it would have been better to leave it in the end zone for a touchback. And the Ohio State offense comes back onto the field. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. He'll be taken down. The defense rises up with a sack at a crucial moment.
Well, the quarterback makes a mistake here. That's football 101. Once you get outside of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation and not take the sack, especially in the fourth quarter.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop with the offense pinned back. Second down, we're going to throw it. He's escaping the pocket now. That's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag, brings up third down.
Now that's going to bring up a critical third down here as we're late into this football game and a drive where they need points. This quarterback's got to take control of this huddle, make sure everybody's on the same page. You have multiple plays that you could go to, whether it's a run or a pass, but you've got to come up with a first down.
They need to score quickly here, trying to dial up some big plays. Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Fires it to the wideout. That one is incomplete. The defender was right there, and it brings up fourth down now.
Well, that's not what you want to see as an offense when you're trailing late in a football game. An incompletion on third down and long. It's a bit of a risk. But with that clock looking the way it looks right now, I think you got to go for it here and hope to convert on fourth and long.
And the offense calls time now with 29 seconds remaining.
Ohio State.
Here we are late in a one-score game, and they're going to go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw for the first down. Looking for the wideout. Makes the catch downfield. Tackled right at the 30. Good enough to move the sticks. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And the defense calls time here with 23 seconds left.
Timeout, Florida State.
Now the offense here needs some big plays to give the kicker a chance here. The clock is a factor. On first and 10, looking to throw. He's moving out of the pocket. Quarterback on the move, trying to make something happen. And a big game before he goes out of bounds. The offense keeps churning, gets a fresh set of downs.
Boy, this young man is doing everything he can to keep his team in this game, and this play checks all the boxes. Need a first down? Check. Get out of bounds and stop the clock? Check. Avoid himself getting a big hit? That's a big check.
Bringing pressure. Gets the ball off as he's hit, but it's incomplete.
Chris, this offensive coordinator is going to have to adjust. We've seen hits and sacks and pressure on this quarterback all game long. They've got to find a solution to create more time for the quarterback to be able to throw the football, or maybe completely overhaul and change what they're doing on offense.
The pocket breaking down. And that one is incomplete with just 9 seconds on the clock.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Time is running out. They'll take a deep shot. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here. Touchdown, Buckeyes, to take the lead in the final minute.
Number 6.
Chris, what a drive by this offense to put the go-ahead score up with under 10 seconds to go. You know, as a quarterback, you hope for opportunities like this, and this offense and the quarterback delivers in a big way.
So they'll try to add to the lead now with the PAT. PAT up and good. So the lead is 4 here in the final quarter.
That makes the score Ohio State 42, Florida State 38.
So after taking the lead here very late, they'll kick it off and hope the defense can just seal the win. The squib kick picked up by one of the blockers. And the coverage team gets him down. A last chance for this returner to win the game, but time has run out. A really entertaining one. It was fun one to call. They get the W, Kirk, in a shootout.
Not much to criticize for either of these teams on the offensive side, but they put on a great show. But for the two defenses, especially the losing squad, you can't imagine their coach is too happy with their performance.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.